orcs have been repelled, and the war boss has been defeated. But this war is far from over. The orcs still threaten to overcome several major population centers, and could mass more than a large enough force to overwhelm the Imperial armies present on the planet. We have bought time, nothing more. But this is no longer a primary concern. Our scouts have recovered evidence that the forces of chaos, the great enemy, may be operating on this planet, right under our very noses. We must face this foe wherever they stand. If there is even a chance that they are here, we must seek them out and destroy them. Inquisitor Toth is demanding that we leave the planet, but of all the powers his position grants him, commandeering a space marine company is not one of them. I must admit that I find his presence unwelcome so soon after the events on my homeworld of Cyrene. Inquisitors have a way of inflaming a guilty conscience, and that I do not need right now.
This warp storm could trap us here for a month or for a century. We cannot risk staying here. We must evacuate Tartarus before it arrives in 3 days' time.
The Imperial Guard and Holy Fleet can attend to the evacuation. The Blood Ravens have more pressing matters to contend with.
Such as?
I believe agents of chaos have taken strong root here.
I sense no taint here. Even so, were there a chaos presence on Tartarus, it is better we leave them here with the orcs than waste more lives fighting them. We could wish no worse fate for either of our enemies, and to be trapped with the other. But we must leave here now.
That is a matter for my brothers and I to decide. We will use these 3 days to settle our affairs and satisfy our suspicions. Meanwhile, you have our transports to facilitate evacuation.
Colonel Brom, the captain and I must attend to matters of faith. If you would leave us, please.
But surely this involves me as a...
Forgive me for not being clear on the matter. I said please, when in fact I meant now.
This does involve him. You should have shown him a modicum of respect.
Captain, you uncovered extensive heresy on your home world. Cyrene, was it?
That has nothing to do with the events here on Tartarus.
But I believe they do. You requested the Inquisition undertake an exterminatus, the destruction of your planet's entire populace, which we obliged.
I still fail to see...
Captain, I am not questioning your loyalty, but I must wonder if your actions on Cyrene have not affected your judgment. Perhaps that was a poor choice of words. I merely fear that you might see chaos, but it does not exist. I ask that as a loyal subject of the Emperor, you serve the Imperium's interest before your own agenda.
Captain, that Inquisitor had no right to speak to you in such manner. But perhaps he is right. The coming storm will trap our enemies here, where they can consume one another.
And what if the forces of chaos escape the system before the storm? No. We will not use this freak occurrence as an excuse to avoid our enemies, or our responsibility. They are here for a reason, and we will discover that reason.
We are with you, brother Captain, as always.
The humans are coming your way in full force. You should hear their heavy feet long before you see them, and smell them long before that.
Orbital Command has indicated the dropship landed in this general proximity. We've discovered a path, Captain. It's obvious someone has been digging here.
cut by orcs?
I've never seen an orc lend such a careful hand to a task.
If it wasn't orcs, then it must be the forces of chaos. We will follow this path and discover the truth behind what has transpired here. Praise the Emperor.
Together
The
to
sacred
victory.
artifact will now be available to us. Construct it, and we will have access to powerful abilities.
Yes?
How can I serve?
Yes, my lord.
My knowledge is at your disposal.
I await your instructions. I will do as you ask. Yes, Lord? Initializing build protocol.
Marine squad deployed.
Scouts in position. Getting into position.
Awaiting orders.
How can I serve? Colonel Braun taking command.
Marine squad deployed. Awaiting orders. Onward to
None
glory!
can stand before the Inquisition.
Yes, most beneficent one. Build routine 721 initiated. I will do as you ask.
Beware the alien.
Marine squad
Don't
deployed.
direct us to the heretic.
We shall stand shoulder to shoulder, my brothers. Knowledge is power. Hide it
How can I
well.
serve? What is it you desire?
While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath, there can
Yes.
be no peace.
Yes. 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 It will be done. On my way. The Emperor protects. It will be done. I will see that it happens. It will be done. I will see that it happens. I will see that it happens. The Emperor protects. The Emperor protects. It will be done.
Orcs! Attack! Wait. They weren't attacking. They were fleeing.
What could inspire fear in an orc?
Strategic point identified.
Yes, most
For the
beneficent one.
Emperor!
As you wish. As you wish. Build routine 721
Yes.
initiated.
Knowledge is power. Hide it well. I shall never tire.
How can I serve? Yes.
I stand ready. Feel my wrath. With courage and honor. Fear not the psycho. Through the destruction of our enemies do we earn our salvation.
My faith is my shield.
Yes, most beneficent one, I shall obey.
Securing objective.
Initializing build protocol. Here to serve. Yes, most beneficent one. I will do as you ask.
There is no such thing as innocence, only degrees of guilt. Venerate the immortal Emperor. Venerate the immortal Emperor.
Yes, most beneficent one. I shall obey.
Fear not the psycho.
Scouts awaiting orders.
Hope is the first step on the road to disappointment. Hope is the first step on the road to disappointment.
Something is not right here. These orc bodies do not look like they were dispatched by Imperial hands.
Do I detect uncertainty?
We must
in your
proceed
purpose?
with caution.
I shall never tire. I can sense the enemy. They are close. I shall never tire. I am mistaken about the presence of the forces of chaos.
Be it Eldar or Chaos, I will have answers either way. Press on.
Mind over matter. I shall never tire. There is no such thing as innocence, only degrees of guilt.
I am prepared.
Yes, Lord. I shall obey. I await your instructions. I will do as you ask.
no such thing as innocence, only degrees of guilt.
Yes, most beneficent one, with all due haste.
An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded.
Yes, most beneficent one, I shall obey. Build routine 7 to 1 initiated. Initializing build protocol. Yes, Lord?
Taking hits!
There is no such thing as innocence, only degrees of guilt. Do I detect uncertainty in your purpose? At once, there is no such thing as innocence, only degrees of guilt.
At your command.
Here to serve. I await your instructions. Build routine 7 to 1 initiated. Here to serve. Initializing build protocol. As you wish. Build routine 7 to 1 initiated.
An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded. At once, I shall never tire. I can sense the enemy. They are close. At once. Through discipline, we prevail.
Dark Reapers, fall back. We need Rhino
Knowledge is
transport
power.
tanks.
Hide it well.
They will allow us to get through unscathed and attack the Dark Reapers on those cliffs above. Rhino transports are now available. Build them at the machine cult.
Knowledge is power. Hide it well. My knowledge is at your disposal. Knowledge is power. Hide it well.
I await your instructions. Yes, Lord. I shall obey. Initializing build protocol. I shall obey. Yes, most beneficent one. Initializing build protocol.
Fear not the psycho.
The enemy is attacking!
Do I detect uncertainty in your purpose? Do I detect uncertainty in your purpose?
Apothecaries are standing by to tend to our wounded.
None
Build
can
them
stand
at the sacred
before the
artifact.
Inquisition.
Claim it in the name of the Emperor.
I have awoken.
Apothecary ready. How can I serve? No servant of the Emperor shall fall if I can help it. No servant of the Emperor shall fall if I can help it. What are your needs? Direct me to the injured.
An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded. There is no such thing as innocence, only degrees of guilt.
Marine squad deployed. At your command. Marine squad deployed. Fear denies faith. Moving out.
None can stand before the
Apothecary
Inquisition.
ready. How can I serve? I follow your commands.
Faith is eternal. Faith is eternal. It is better to die for the Emperor than live for yourself. I am the instrument of his will. At last, back to war. Faith is eternal.
Position secure.
By his word.
I await your instructions. As you wish. I will do as you ask.
The fallen shall be forever remembered as the Emperor's finest. Who requires my aid?
Venerate the immortal Emperor. Charge!
I have awoken.
There is no such thing as innocence, only degrees of guilt. Fear not the psycho. An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded. Venerate the immortal Emperor.
I await your instructions.
Venerate the immortal Emperor.
Yes, Lord?
There is no such thing as innocence, only degrees of guilt.
Here to serve. With all due haste. Initializing build protocol.
The enemy is attacking!
My knowledge is at your disposal. My knowledge is at your disposal. An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded.
Command me.
My knowledge is at your disposal. An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded. My knowledge is at your disposal. There is no such thing as innocence, only degrees of guilt. My knowledge is at your disposal.
Today the enemy shall know fear.
Yes, my lord.
Yes, Lord? As you wish.
Mission accomplished.
I await your instructions. Initializing build protocol.
I have awoken.
Yes, most beneficent one?
no such thing as innocence, only degrees
Yes,
of guilt.
most beneficent one. Initializing build protocol. With all due haste.
An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded. Knowledge is power. Hide it well.
Charge! The enemy is attacking!
Hope is the first step on the road to disappointment.
At least we know that the orcs and Eldar are not in league together.
When one enemy attacks another, it does not mean they aren't in league. Just that they are living up to their lack of honor.
And those who lack honor deserve death.
My knowledge is at your disposal. There is no such thing as innocence, only degrees of guilt. Hope is the first step on the road to disappointment. An open mind is like a fortress with its gates unbarred and unguarded. Hope is the first step on the road to disappointment. Knowledge is power. Hide it well. I stand ready. I stand ready. Venerate the immortal Emperor. There is no such thing as innocence, only degrees of guilt. Fear not the sight.
What is it you desire?
Venerate the immortal Emperor. My knowledge is at your disposal. Through discipline, we prevail.
Here to serve. I shall obey.
I have awoken.
I await your instructions.
Defending objective.
I will do as you ask. Build routine 721 initiated. I will do as you ask.
Knowledge is power. Hide it well.
I have awoken. At last, back to war. Faith is eternal. I am ready to serve again. Faith is eternal. Even in death I still serve.
Hope is the first step on the road to disappointment. I serve. None can stand before us.
Yes, Lord?
I have awoken.
Initializing build protocol. Build routine 721 initiated. I exist to serve. As you wish.
There is no such thing as innocence, only degrees of guilt.
Faith is eternal. Command me. I have awoken.
There is no such thing as innocence.
Is eternal.
Only degrees of
At last, back to war. I will be there soon. At last, back to war. Take me into battle. Take me into battle. I shall end you. I have waited long for this day. Faith is eternal. I have waited long for this day. Command me. Command me. Even in death I still serve. I have awoken. Command me.
Taking aim!
I have waited long for this day. Identifying targets.
Knowledge is power. Hide it well.
Scouts ready.
Hope is the first step on the road to disappointment.
Scouts here. Scouts advance.
Venerate the immortal
Even in
emperor.
death I still serve. Take me into battle. To me, my brothers. Take me into battle.
Step on the road to disappointment. I serve.
Taking damage.
Fear not the sight. I stand ready. Fear not the psycho. Knowledge is power. Hide it well.
Command me.
Taking damage.
Identifying targets.
My knowledge is at your disposal. Hope is the first step on the road to disappointment.
Even in death I still serve. I have waited long for this day.
Establishing a secondary base near this location will give us a forward position with which to engage the enemy.
Scouts ready.
I await your instructions.
I am the instrument of his will.
Knowledge is power. Hide it well.
The enemy is attacking!
For the Emperor. Faith is eternal.
Area secured.
Die! Die! Die!
Yes, Lord? Initializing
I
build
stand ready.
protocol.
It is better to die for the
knowledge is at
Emperor
your
than live
disposal.
for yourself. I will crush those who stand before me. I shall end you.
Taking heavy fire!
I await your instructions. I exist to
Fear
serve.
not the Psyker. I stand ready. I will destroy their minds and burn their bodies.
Taking damage!
I have waited long for this
There
day.
is no such thing as innocence, only degrees of guilt.
Command me.
Venerate the immortal Emperor. Venerate the immortal Emperor. Through discipline, we prevail. I shall never tire. I serve.
So the good Inquisitor senses no chaos here. How fortunate for the Imperium that such keen-eyed eagles stand vigil over her gates.
What dark crafts have these Eldar invoked?
None. At least not here. The servants of Chaos sacrificed this poor guardsman themselves.
To what end, Isidore?
I know not. I believe the altar is a marker, a waypoint in a map that leads elsewhere. Someone defaced many portions of text. Regardless of what Chaos seeks here, the altar requires a sacrifice of blood, or more likely, a life.
Brother Isidore, you have an hour to study the altar. Document everything as is our tradition. Then burn it, lest its taint infect us all.
But Gabriel, there is much to learn from here. We should not be too eager to...
Learn what? Chaos does not teach. It misleads and it betrays. There is nothing to learn here, save for our next course. These transports have been damaged somehow. Make the repairs, and be quick.
Well, Brother Isidore, what betrayal have you wrought? Disabling your own vehicles? Harboring artifacts despite your good captain's instructions?
Gabriel does not understand. He does not appreciate the significance of this.
Oh, but I do.
Quiet, heretic. Once I find what you seek, I will use it against you for the glory of the Emperor and my brothers.
You wish to deal me a harsh blow, to prove your strength and worth. Well, then come to me. I wait at Mount Korath.
Have no fear, sorcerer. I will be there.